forget about him. Just forget about him. Write him off. I'm gonna go take a swim in that nice jungle pond. I'm gonna tell Quinton that I want to go back to St. Croix, and that I want to fly back to Springfield tonight. I never found that damn map. Well, he can just decipher it on his own. Or maybe he can get Helena to help him decipher it, and then they can find the Golden Temple all by themselves, just the two of them. Just forget it. I'm gonna go for the swim. Just forget about it. Silas, I'm definitely not in the mood for you today. Oh, this is the worst day of my life. If I could get out of this place, I would, any minute.
Nola Reardon, I presume. I don't believe we've had a chance to actually meet. Permit me to introduce myself. Silas Crocker at your service. So, we meet at last. Never did get a chance to meet that time when you came to my New York laboratory, pretending to want to be my assistant. And Helena brought you there only to discover that you came only to photograph my maps.
Well, you had no right to have those maps. You stole those maps from the New York Museum. Quinton and I should have had those.
You tricked me, Nola. Very few people have ever done that. I've waited a long time to even that score.
Help! Help!
Scream all you want to, Nola. There's no one here to hear you. We both know that Quinton's out on his diving boat. The boat that I was watching through my binoculars when I saw you bring up something from the bottom. Something that looked to me like the map showing the final destination of the Phoenician barge in the temple.
No, you're wrong. We didn't find anything important, not at all.
Don't lie to me, Nola. I was watching you. I saw you swim ashore alone, and I was waiting for you because you're going to help me find that map.
You're crazy if you think I'm going to help
Davy!
Well, what have we got here? Huh? What do you want me to do with that?
Well, I don't know. Why don't you just use your imagination, Davy? I think I'll just head back over onto Quinton's campsite, leave him a little note telling him that he can have his precious assistant back in exchange for his newly discovered map. You know, this should prove to be most interesting. A test, in fact. We'll find out what's more important to Quinton. The life of his assistant, or the map he's worked a lifetime to discover. You hold her here till I return.
And then?
Well, then we'll just retain Miss Reardon here as our guest until we hear from Quinton. She's a foxy little thing, Davy. She's liable to try almost anything, so you hold her tightly.
My pleasure. Hey, what are we gonna do with her if McCord here don't give up the map?
Well, I have a score to settle with this little one. So even if Quinton does bring back the map, never see her alive again.
Easy, love, easy. There's no getting away from Davy.
I was only trying to thank you for saving my life after Nola...
And I told you I didn't want to hear another word from you. Not until I've talked to Nola and I've heard her side of the story. Oh, Gunther, good. Listen, I think we should go ashore and look for Nola. She's probably at the campsite. It's the only place on the island she knew.
Okay, I'll get the dinghy ready. But I think you should know that if you want to search for any more artifacts, this is our last chance. Especially if you want to take off for St. Croix as soon as you find Nola.
I know. And we would have left for St. Croix had Nola not gone. I think we have to go ashore, find Nola, and then come back to the boat.
Gunther's right, Quinton. We still have several hours of daylight left, and we should take advantage of it. All kinds of precious things might be down there buried in the sands where I found the map.
You seem to have made a miraculous recovery, Helena.
Well, yes, I am feeling a little better now. And I want to dive and see if there's anything left down there with the barge.
Gunther, get the dinghy out.
Quint,
We're going ashore.
I don't think we should leave Helena alone on the boat with all the equipment, since we're not really sure if we can trust her.
Perhaps you're right. I can't help worrying about Nola.
Quint, look, I'm no expert on relationships, being a bachelor myself, but I think Nola needs a little time to cool off.
Perhaps you're right.
And the only way you'll ever see Nola Reardon alive again. Yours truly, Silas Crocker. So maybe it's not as neat as your dear Quinton's, but then we're very different kind of men.
Well, I'll say Quinton would have never attacked a young woman and then dragged her
Don't
to
you
the...
ever compare me to McCord. I hate everything he stands for. Oh, and besides, Nola, you know that Helena was very close to Quinton, too, even about to marry him until she left him for me because she realized that I'm more of a man than Quinton could ever hope to be.
Well, that's just another bad mistake on Helena's part.
Shut up. When I want conversation, I'll ask for it.
You know, when Mr. McCord finds out about this, he's gonna...
I said, shut up! Else I'll show you just how much more of a man than Quinton I really